You said that prostatitis is frequently misdiagnosed.
Right.
So if not prostatitis, what is it?
It's just pelvic pain. If there's no urinary symptoms involved, if there's just pain in the pelvic area, the prostate area, the scrotal area, could be testicular, it's just pelvic pain. It's a little bit of a misdiagnosis of exclusion. So if you don't have A, B, or C, you have prostatitis. It's not a real, there's no test, there's no labs, there's no blood tests for prostatitis that's effective where one can diagnose and treat. So it could be pelvic pain, tightness of the pelvic area, lower abdominal area, rectal muscles. There's tightness, there's several muscles there as well. It could be trigger points that literally you can have a trigger point on your trapezius muscle here and that radiates to your head. Well, same thing, you could have a trigger point in some rectal muscle that can radiate to the prostate area or the scrotal area. So it's oftentimes it can be that, or if there's no pain, it could be overactive bladder where there's just urination, or it could be enlargement of the prostate, which occurs more with elderly people. In very few cases, it occurs more with younger people.
So how do I? I'm a guy.
You are.
I walk into the. I'm a guy. I'm now a guy. I walk into the doctor, and I've got pain down there.
Yeah.
Now, like I don't want to have pain down there. That's kind of, you don't want to walk around with pain. So how do I be sure that the doctor's treating me properly, or how do I know they're going to go, here's an antibiotic, or here's a, right?
That's what's going to happen.
So don't take that antibiotic if I don't have urinary issues in addition to my pain.
I would say be cautious with taking antibiotics, as they oftentimes don't work to start with.
What other questions?
The other thing the doctor would do is, let's say I would do, is do a physical exam. So on my way working towards the prostate in the rectal area, I'm checking for muscles that are tight or trigger points. Then I get to the prostate. The prostate can feel inflamed. There's a certain feeling that one who is experienced would feel, and it could be extremely painful where they're jumping off the table. That could be another sign of prostatitis. No one feels comfortable with the prostate exam, but there's a difference between uncomfortability and actual pain, and they would know the difference. And you both know the difference based on the exam.
And how do I know if I'm having urinary? Again, I want to be sure that people are being treated for the right thing. What other questions should they be asking?
So the doctor is asking the right questions. How often? There's questionnaires. So there's something called the NIH Chronic Prostatitis Symptom Index Score. That's a questionnaire. I look at that questionnaire, that tells me, is it real prostatitis or is it not? Then my physical exam. So once they do that questionnaire, their symptomology, I have to go urinate every 30 minutes. And I have constant pain. After I urinate, I feel pain and burning. I feel pain and burning after I ejaculate. All these I have a dull sensation between my scrotum and my anus. I feel like there's a golf ball in there every time I sit down. All these symptoms helps the doctor make that diagnosis and treatment.
So they should be very specific and not think that it's just something. That whatever symptoms, and be very aware of their bodies, not just the pain on urination or the frequency of urination, but these other types of symptoms. Are there any things outside of that area? They need to be specific when they fill out the forms then, and anything outside of that area that would surprise, like to think about. As you said, you might have a pain in your shoulder that's connected down there, or lower back pain, or anything else that they should
lower
report.
Back pain, lower back pain is associated. Erectile sexual dysfunction that was not there before, but now they're, for example, ejaculating too soon, something called premature ejaculation. That seems to be connected to that. And there are other things that are not connected to the pelvic area, but that's also associated with prostatitis. Migraines, irritable bowel syndrome, and other things that are just connected with that and a lot of stress.
So when you go in, report whatever you got to make sure you get the right diagnosis.
Say it all.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you liked what you just saw, we have a whole lot more with Dr. Geo Espinosa at our website, bottomlineinc.com. And do me a favor, share this, tell your friends. We have so much great information. Come to bottomlineinc.com.